Hello gems, my name is Bushnell. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I hope you stay long enough to subscribe. I talk about femininity, personal development, and mindset. And if you're already part of the tribe, darling, welcome back. Ladies, when I was in high school in my second year, my English teacher said that if you leave the house as a girl and do not get any compliment, then you have a personal face. And of late, I've been seeing a lot of TikToks whereby there's a girl, and if this girl says that when she feels as if she's not beautiful or when she feels she needs to be reminded she's beautiful, what she does is she goes out and takes a walk, and the motorcyclists will tell her she's beautiful, the hawkers will tell her she's beautiful, and other, let's just say, men that high value women wouldn't date or look their way. And that's true. A lot of dusties are so bold to say things. But that's not the type of men that we want. We want to repel dusties and attract high value men. And this is the video for you. So grab something to drink, get comfortable, get something to write with, and darling, let's talk about this. The first thing is how you dress, your appearance, how you look. So I once went to this house party, and there was a lady who was dressed as if after this she's definitely going clubbing. Her clothes was tight and a little bit revealing, and this guy turned to me and said, "I don't understand why women will dress in tight clothes or revealing clothes, and when we walk up to them in a club and want to dance with them, they'll push us away." What this guy was saying is how we dress attracts a certain type of man and tells a man a certain thing that you're expecting from them. And if you want to attract dusties, dress in tight and revealing clothes. This high value affluent man said once that if you want to understand how to attract a high value affluent man who has his Ferrari, who has his $1 billion company, is you're going to have to you're going to have to learn how to show your shape and your healthiness and your fitness through your clothes. Basically, show your curves, show that you're healthy, but still be well dressed. That's what they want. So those tight and revealing clothes, throw them. Again, things like your nails. Don't do those tacky long nails that have studs and And then being high maintenance, you could be a high maintenance like Glory Harvey, or the way Vogue put it, you can be low maintenance but polished like Meghan Markle. So you decide on which aesthetic you'd rather go with. You can go with that French style aesthetic, or that Los Angeles, California girl aesthetic, or whatever aesthetic that you feel. Those are two different dynamics. There's the one who loves makeup, there's the one who does minimal makeup, so it's different. Lupita and Hailey Berry are two different kinds of beauty standards, right? So understand the one that brings and attracts high value men is not the tacky one that's screaming for attention. Okay? The second thing is have standards. In this bit, you have to communicate them clearly. So if a man who you would never date comes and approaches you and is like, "Yo girl, give me your number," go like, "No, I'm not interested." Why? Ask them questions like why. The other weekend, some guy asked me for my number and I asked them why. And they stammered. Then they swallowed for friendship, but they couldn't say it out loud because they knew there was. But I don't even know how he had the audacity to ask me, because I clearly am not at his level. He couldn't maintain me. So yeah, communicate them clearly. Also, do not settle just because when you have standards, you're going to attract a certain type of people who they are rare. Basically. So do not settle just because they are rare. You wait and stick to your standards, and trust me, they're just rare. It's not that they're impossible and they're not there. And finally, do not compromise. If you say your boundaries is when a guy takes you out on a date, you're home by 10, please be home by 10 and keep it to that, because even high value men get bored and they do not like and lose interest with a woman who has standards but then doesn't apply them. The third thing is your location. Darling, if you do not like where you live, do not date where you live. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Yeah, that's a lesson that I learned from Shara. So, another thing as well, something that my sister taught me, do not date somebody in your class, do not date somebody in your neighborhood. Instead, go to and expose yourself to places with people you like. I was watching And Just Like That. It's season 2. It's a reboot of Sex and the City. And this girl just got a divorce and asked one of the other girls, where can I meet a man, And she said, darling, that's easy. At expensive hotel bars. And darling, do that. Go to expensive hotel bars and order a female drink like a cocktail or a mocktail and see men flock to you. Number 4, your circle. Do not misinterpret your social friends as a circle because they might be a jail. They might be a cell. So do not have dusty friends. And I always say this, have good looking friends. Have friends who are secure. Have friends who are working on themselves. Have friends who you can be proud to say are your friends. Remember, you're the average of the 5 people you surround yourself with. Also network. Go to places, try different things. Use your friends to get to places and also be somebody who has influence. You can also help your friends, And also who you're following on social media. It is a lot. I don't think it's cool for a girl to be following Andrew Tate. Like, girl, follow socials of people like me and other feminine women that you love and admire. Okay? Yeah. And yeah, that's the bit on your circle. So I'll finish it with the 5th thing, which is work on yourself. So when you work on yourself, you raise your standards. You raise your value in some sort of sense. You become, you increase your value. And we have a thing here in East Africa where if you study, the more you study, the higher your dowry price will be. So if you go to a university, get a degree, get a master's, your dowry price is increasing because that's a lot of investment that is getting inside of you. When you start learning about other things, other stuff, let me tell you, there's a difference between a woman who, is exposed to things and learns and understands things like emotional intelligence, who knows themselves, who understands their body shape, etc. That go more and far in places than the girl who's just, cruising through life. It is what it is. You get the bare minimum and basically that as well. So work on yourself and build more on yourself, personal development, learn. And it doesn't necessarily have to be the normal education system, but you can learn. Kanye learned like that, other people learned like that. And other famous people, so understand what works for you, but definitely work on yourself. And this are 5 tips that I believe will help you repel dusties and attract high value men. Tell me how it goes. Tell me when you start practicing this, how it goes on any of my social media pages or on the comments below. Till then, like, share and subscribe.